Greetings, YouTube. I had someone ask me a question the other day. Oneness00 is his YouTube nickname. And he wanted to know what I look for in a group. Well, I haven't had a group in quite a while. And the thing is, there is no way, in my opinion, to pick the perfect group. There is no way to engineer the perfect gaming group. A gaming group is an organic, dynamic entity. And sometimes you get lucky and you start from the get-go with a bunch of people that click, that everybody can arrive on the right time. You have the correct kind of schedule, that people get along in the game. And sometimes it'll last for quite a while. Someone will leave and the dynamic changes. Someone will join and the dynamic changes. And that dynamic can go good or bad. And you can have periods where the game seems like a chore and then something changes. It can be how someone plays. They could mature, they could change. It could be someone leaves or someone joins. And the dynamic once again returns to that which you enjoyed to begin with. I've had games like that. I've had games that lasted long enough where you saw the last people in the group at the end of the campaign, none of them were the ones that started the campaign. Because over time, one would leave and someone else would come in, and another one would leave and someone else would come in. And over time, it organically rotated, it changed, it morphed, it became something different. And different isn't necessarily bad, it's just different. And I've been in games where you could tell from the moment somebody played in your game that they were not going to work. And I had an unfortunate situation where I had somebody move into my apartment as a roommate. They just needed a place to live in the city I was living in. So I said, cool, I got a room, you can move in. As long as you pay your rent, you know, you follow the house rules. So she did. I gave her the bigger room. She had all of her own space. And she knew I was a gamer. Not a problem. She was comfortable with that. She asked if she could sit in the game. I said, sure. So I came up with a character for her. And it wasn't a perfect mesh for the game, but it wasn't so far off that I couldn't make it work. You know, a bit of a stretch, but, you know, nothing that the game couldn't handle. And she was a complete and utter diva. And I'm using the word in its original meaning, not in the way it's been appropriated by Hollywood. She needed attention in a way that wasn't healthy, and she was a pain in the buns. And after a single game, I told her, dear, it's not going to work. And she didn't ever game again with us. Which was awkward, seeing as she was living in my apartment. And fairly shortly after that, she moved out because we just didn't mesh as roommates. Because I treated her like a roommate and not like she was my best friend. And she wanted to move in and have a best friend. She wanted to move into the game and suddenly become the center of attention. And that kind of thing can really disrupt a game. So there is no perfect way to design a group. There's nothing that you can do, I don't think. Just be a good judge of character. Pick people that you think that you might like. Get to know them before you game with them. Talk to them. Have an interview. If they've got a YouTube channel, watch what they, what they say. You know, see what they comment about. Things like that. No, you don't have to stalk the person, but you do have to get a little bit of background information. You're going to invest a significant amount of time into the relationship with this person in that game, so it isn't a real stretch if you do a little work to make sure that that relationship's going to be worth your time. So, like I said, there is no secret. There is no magic bullet. There is just luck. And hopefully, you find some good gamers.